Now, of all the places in the city that is overrun by short-term rentals or Airbnb rentals, it's places like this. This is Kensington Market. It's actually an alleyway in behind all the retail shops, and the community has been fighting for better regulations for a long time. Today, the arguments began in a week-long hearing that's expected to define those rules for companies like Airbnb and others in Toronto. The tiny homes tucked away behind the shops in Kensington Market are what those in the neighborhood call ghost hotels, the term used on the posters plastered throughout the area.
We do not want to see multi-listing hosts, people who have like 2, 3, 4, 16, 26, 60 entire home listings, operate in the city of Toronto under the so-called home sharing banner using platforms like Airbnb.
The fight has been going on for years. Those looking for stricter rules say short-term rentals are taking away from those who need to rent places to live, creating a crisis. The number of active short-term rental listings in Toronto totaled 21,000 as of the end of April, bringing in an annual revenue of nearly $219 million. That's more than $10,000 per listing, according to McGill's Urban Politics and Governance Research Group.
My clients are challenging the short-term rental bylaws that were passed by the City of Toronto because they believe that they are overly restrictive, and they attempt to essentially stop short-term rentals from existing outside of people's principal residences.
It was the start of 2018 when the city proposed new regulations, including restricting short-term rentals to the owner's principal residence, and renters would have to register with the city and pay taxes.
So if we actually approve the City of Toronto's rules and regulations, it would achieve two things. It would first legalize home sharing across the City of Toronto, allow people like you and me that live in a place as a long-term tenant or as an owner to rent these places out on the weekends or when we are away on vacation, which is true home sharing. And at the same time, it would place as many of these units back onto the long-term housing market and alleviate some of the issues that we're facing in the city in terms of housing affordability and availability.
Now, other Canadian cities are actually a step ahead of Toronto. Montreal earlier this year passed some rules and regulations that are supposed to take effect this fall. Vancouver passed theirs last year, and that requires things like renters to actually put together and apply for a business license. This hearing for Toronto is expected to take place for at least another week.